Okay, so thanks for joining. I want to show you some new features and benefits that we've put into the Market Power Pro system. Specifically, your merchant account provider, your payment gateway, possibly your corporate attorney is going to be looking for certain things in the distributor sign up and in the customer purchase process and in the shopping cart purchase process that up until recently we really haven't had to have. Up until now, it was sufficient that when a distributor enrolled or a customer made a purchase to have policies and procedures, terms and conditions, maybe a privacy policy or a spam policy. These days, your merchant account provider, your attorney, and I mentioned earlier, FTC, government agencies are looking for the information that you're collecting and that your customers and distributors are agreeing to when they're joining your company, buying your products or services. So in our distributor registration settings as well as our customer registration settings, we've added a lot more tabs that you can enable or not enable during distributor registration and customer registration. We've had the standard terms and conditions, and we have our content editor down here that you're able to edit all the content in. We've had our policies and procedures. A couple of the attorneys that we do work with like to have an electronic consent form that kind of incorporates the terms and conditions, the policies and procedures. Some new things that we've put in specifically that merchant account providers are looking for is your refund policy. And again, this is in our content editor here. You'll also notice that you can show the refund policy and a lot of these other policies and agreements during the checkout process as well as during the enrollment. If it's a customer, obviously you're just going to normally do it during the checkout process. We've also added a cancellation policy. This cancellation policy will cover your auto ship as well as canceling as a distributor within the company. We've also added the shipping policy into distributor and customer registrations. We've also added an auto ship policy. This is something a lot of the merchant account providers are now looking to see, that when your customers or your distributors are joining, that the software is showing what the initial purchase amount is and what the monthly recurring or the quarterly recurring or annual recurring amount is going to be. So when a customer is buying products on a month-by-month basis, they now have an auto ship agreement that they can check to agree to. And then the other thing we've added, going back years ago to the Amway 70% rule that was added in the 70s, is basically an agreement between you and your distributors that at least 70% of all of the products that they're purchasing are for resale and or personal consumption. And it's not just being garage inventoried. So again, we've got the terms and conditions, policies and procedures, electronic consent policy, the refund policy, the cancellation policy, the shipping policy, the auto ship policy, and the retail policy. And you'll notice that I found this underneath my company registration settings. We have user registrations, just more or less for your administrators, customer registration settings, distributor registration settings, and I won't go into these two, but we do have service provider registration settings and vendor registration settings. Let me kind of show you how the customer service registrations work in the checkout phase of the Market Power Pro system. I'm going to go ahead and jump over to the shopping cart here. Just a moment. And actually I clicked on sign in. Let me go ahead and click on cart. I don't have anything in my shopping cart. I'm going to click on continue shopping. I'm going to come down and add a product into my shopping cart. I'm going to go to my cart. I'm going to scroll down and proceed to checkout. If you're not a client of Market Power Pro and MultiSoft, one of the nice features that we have, in addition to being able to log in with your current account credentials or create an account, we also have something similar to what you see some of the big box companies have, big box online companies, is a guest checkout that doesn't require your visitor, your new customer, to create a username and a password or an account, although it will in the back end. So down here underneath the order review, we have the cancellation policy that they can click. That's going to pop up your policy. We have the refund policy. And again, this is all editable by you from the company registration settings. We have the terms and conditions, as well as we have the shipping policy. So if you got value today for what we've just shown you underneath the registration settings, go ahead and share it with your business partners, with your distributors, with your customer service, customer support department. If you have any questions on how to implement the tabs and the checkout processes or enrollment processes for your customers or your distributors, give the MultiSoft customer support department a call or contact your account executive. Please note the policies and procedures and terms and conditions and all of the information that we have in there have not been reviewed by any of our corporate attorneys. You might want to have your corporate attorney or your MLM attorney review those policies and procedures. Again, if you got value with this, please share it with others in your market. Thank you.